Sunday school lesson is entitled Nature of the Kingdom. So we know that the nature is like the characteristics or what makes up a person's, I guess you can say, behavior. So the kingdom, as I see it, is the place where God resides. So in this lesson, there's a mention of being unclean. And unclean is like, I think is, as I see it, is an individual perception of what something, if something is good, or a person's belief. If a person believes that like eating pork is unclean, then to that person, it's unclean.
So when you talk about the nature of the kingdom, and you see the characteristics of a person, it's basically what you're saying is what's their habits like. If they're just lying to them is natural, or loving is natural to them. It's a common thing. They don't even have to think of like it's breathing.
Right.
It's what their nature is like.
Right.
So if they're used to manipulating people, or they used to being kind to people, that's the nature of that person.
Right.
Some people may they have a good nature, and then sometimes they have a bad nature. Flipping back and forth, that's kind of common too. So you got three states. One that's a good practice, they're just good natured all the time, and some are just downright evil all the time, and some is in between.
Be like it can be kind, it can be generous, it can be loving, it can be friendly. So that's how this person is. That's their nature. That's
Yes.
their characteristics. On the other hand, there's people that may be the opposite of that. So clean is something that is good. So those characteristics of a person that's loving and kind and generous and unselfish can be like clean, or as explained, unless something good to eat. Okay, it doesn't go against the rules or laws. So it's actually what's on the inside. What does our heart look like?
Well, let's see, the unclean and clean. It seems like society is more looking at what's clean and what's not. But if you look at the whole nature of it, that's the key to it. Because right now, well, let me back up the history. It was food that people squabbled over. Then it became race, Jews, Gentiles. Now the gays have gotten this, or the LGBT, that community, not being disrespectful to them at all. It's one thing that I do know, that it seems like we're judging something as human beings, and we know really nothing about it. And asking who has no sin, cast the first stone.
Right.
I don't think any of us can cast a stone at all at anybody.
Right.
And that's what it talked about, judging what's clean and what's not clean. So it is up to us to use our spiritual intellect and try to keep peace and joy, no matter what the situation. It doesn't have to be food.
As far as being clean, also it can be our thoughts, or our motive, or our actions, and our agenda. Do we do something for selfish gain, or do we do something to really want to help somebody or to reach out to someone?
That we have to be very careful with, because the one thing is that our highest priority as Christians is to bring peace and joy to the situation. Because if I turn around and I abuse a race because they don't look like me, and I hurt them, how does that make me look? How does my message, and when I talk about I want to have peace, how are you going to have peace? When I talk to my friends, I let them know, well, I don't agree with that lifestyle, but I'm not going to take our friendship and toss it away. But I'm not going to defend their choices of lifestyle. I'm not going to defend that. You see what I'm saying? That's difficult to do.
What defiles a person?
Yeah.
What comes out of a person? Like I say, it starts with the heart. The heart reflects our actions and our thoughts. Do we lie? Do we disrespect others? Do judge them?
Okay.
What gives us the authority to judge somebody?
Okay.
Because in reality, we're all dysfunctional and have flaws. So how can we judge someone? What gives us the authority to judge someone?
Defiling a person. When you support your position, with dishonesty, lying, disrespect, or evil, then you're defiling yourself. I'm saying I have love for the LGBT community, okay? But I don't agree with what they're saying. I'm not going to make you feel like you're worthless. That's what that word contempt, you know.
Oh, contempt.
Yeah.
Oh, contempt. Okay.
I'm not going to fill them with anxiety. I'm not going to abuse. I'm not going to attack. I'm not going to do, because then I would be judging you. I can't do that.
This up, and thanks for watching. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.